Good morning. My name is Evangelos Karampotsis, and I am here to present you our paper entitled Environmental Education and its Contribution to the Growth of Tourism, an overview. This study seeks to highlight important aspects of educational tourism, where through strategic planning, the cooperation of agencies and the local community, extroversion and the establishment of appropriate policies, the framework can be created that will promote educational tourism, sustainability, and social and economic development of a place. In this paper, two research methods were used, the literature review method and the case study method. The research highlights the issue through modern literature and the Environment and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, ESECM, data analysis. Mouzaki, Karditsa, is a decentralized educational structure under the Ministry of Education, Religion and Sports Supervision. Tourism involves traveling to new places for leisure, exploration, or business. It includes diverse activities like sightseeing, staying in hotels, outdoor adventures, and attending events. It profoundly affects economies, cultures, and individuals. Divided into inbound, foreigners visiting, and outbound, residents exploring, it offers various forms such as leisure, adventure, cultural, and more, catering to distinct traveler interests. Educational tourism involves learning experiences through travel. This could be studying abroad, attending workshops, language courses, or engaging in educational tours. There are several types of educational tourism: study abroad programs, language tourism, cultural immersion tours, field trips and educational tours, educational workshops and retreats, archaeological tourism, science and research expeditions, religious and spiritual studies, historical and architectural tours, health and wellness retreats, environmental education, etc. Environmental educational tourism, often referred to as eco-educational tourism or sustainable tourism, is a type of travel experience that focuses on promoting environmental awareness, conservation, and sustainable practices while providing educational opportunities for travelers. This form of tourism aims to raise travelers' understanding of environmental issues, encourage responsible behavior, and contribute to the preservation of natural resources and ecosystems. It combines the concepts of tourism, education, and environmental stewardship. This type of tourism benefits both travelers and destinations by fostering a greater understanding of ecological systems, promoting sustainable practices, and supporting local communities. It aligns with the broader global efforts to address environmental challenges and promote a more sustainable future. The bibliometric analysis derived from the research with the terms educational and tourism on the academic platform Scopus gave 3,325 results. The diagram is the result of processing with VIOS Viewer software. The bibliometric study was carried out in May 2023. According to the processing, the keywords are classified into 5 clusters, and the main keywords, the words that appear most often in the relevant search, are tourism, tourism development, ecotourism, distance learning, leisure industry, controlled study, heritage, organization, and cross-sectional study. The leading publications have resulted from journal articles, 2,350 texts, books as well as book chapters, 305 texts, and conferences, presentations and proceedings, 539 texts. There has been interest in the area of tourism since the 1970s, which is gradually developing in the following decades, and the main research interest areas are management, 1160 texts, economics, 287 texts, environmental science, 836 texts, interdisciplinarity, 36 texts, social sciences, 1739 texts. In the context of educational tourism, environmental and sustainability education centers are an essential attraction for students, teachers, and citizens. Environmental and sustainability education centers can contribute positively to the socio-economic development of the region where they belong, as well as their wider region and the country. The institution of environmental and sustainability education centers, with more than 30 years of presence in the Greek educational field and a total of 58 centers throughout Greece, aims to cultivate knowledge about issues related to the environment and sustainability, the development of environmental awareness among students and the approach of these issues through the interface with the local communities. In this work, a case study of the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki is presented. The Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, located in the municipality of Mouzaki, on the northwestern edge of the Karditsa plain and the foothills of Idamos mountain at an altitude of 180 meters in the region of Thessaly, Greece. The Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki operates within the framework of the Action, Environmental Education Centers, Environmental Education, Second Cycle, which is implemented through the operational program Human Resource Development, Education and Lifelong Learning, since January 1996 and is housed in the premises of the student home of the municipality of Mouzaki. The Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki has classrooms, seminar rooms, artistic creation and multipurpose spaces, a library, computer center and chemistry and biology laboratories. Also, the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki has a restaurant, provides comfortable accommodations, double and triple rooms, has entertainment and recreation areas, and provides basketball and volleyball courts. The teachers employed at Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki come from primary and secondary education and aim to inform, educate, raise awareness, and activate students as well as citizens. It also functions as a lifelong learning center for the environment and sustainability, to protect the ecological balance and quality of life in the direction of sustainable development. The Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, until today, has organized and supported various excursion programs, days, and generally more active environmental education, has participated in corresponding scientific interests and has published related printed and electronic material. The descriptive statistical analysis presented in this section concerns the period 2006 to 2018 since, from the year 2019 until the year 2021-2022, the activities of the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki were restricted due to the SARS-CoV-2, COVID-19, pandemic crisis. The objective of the descriptive statistical analysis presented in this section is to gather information about the whole activity of the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, which can be used in further research for the revival and development of both the specific and corresponding environmental and sustainability education centers in Greece. The Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki has been visited by 665 primary and secondary school units from all over Greece from 2006 to 2018. On average, the attendance of Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, within the framework of one-day and three-day environmental education programs, ranges around 1,796 students and teachers of primary and secondary education per year. 1,633 students per year and 162 teachers per year, coming from about 55 school units per year from all over Greece. Comparing the participation of both primary and secondary school units in terms of one-day and three-day environmental education programs is observed that for both educational levels, there is greater interest in one-day environmental education programs. Finally, when comparing the interest of students, and therefore teachers, in one-day and three-day environmental education programs, it is observed that, although there is a tremendous overall interest in one-day programs, the interest of students, and therefore teachers, in secondary education is 38% higher than primary education students' interest in three-day environmental education programs. As seen in figure, the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, during the period 2006 to 2018, had active participation in thematic networks of environmental education with many students and teachers of primary and secondary education, coordinated 11% of corresponding thematic networks, and in the thematic networks there was relatively high participation of students and teachers of primary and secondary education. The Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, between 2006 and 2018, organized and supported a total of 28 environmental education seminars, recycling, the art of nature, creating digital maps of places to visit, teaching approaches and environmental education in primary education, education in the use and conservation of energy in the buildings, the edibles of the mountain and the forest, ecological approaches, etc. In the environmental education seminars organized by the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki during the 12 years 2006 to 2018, a total of 4,536 teachers participated, i.e., an average of 378 teachers per year. The Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, in the period 2006 to 2018, organized and supported 25 days and 2 days of environmental interest with thematic sections such as intercultural environmental education programs, the event for natural sciences, the local environment day, schools and steps towards sustainability, etc. Overall, in the training days and 2 days organized and supported by the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki in 2006, 2018, 4,299 citizens participated, i.e., an average of 358 citizens per year. From 2006 to 2018, the Education Center of Mouzaki, in addition to its other activities, participated in international programs related to environmental issues. As shown in table, the ESECM, during the 12 years 2006 to 2018, participated in 14 corresponding international programs. Finally, the Education Center of Mouzaki, during its operation from 2006 to 2018 and within the framework of its activities, produced and published relevant educational material. Specifically, 4 DVDs, 8 printed brochures, 2 books, 7 electronic brochures, and an interactive map of the area were published. This paper presents a brief overview related to tourism and a case study of educational tourism. This work aimed to extract sufficient data about educational tourism and environmental education centers that can be used in subsequent research related to tourism development. The Centers for Environmental Education and Sustainability is a vital attraction point for educational tourism, in which activities of environmental interest are developed, and participants can be accommodated. A typical example is the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, whose role and contribution to the enhancement of tourism in the region is studied in this work. In the case study of Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, it was observed that, although the specific Environmental and Sustainability Education Center was dynamically active during the period 2006 to 2018, in the last years of this 12-year period, i.e., after 2016, the interest of students and therefore of teachers has decreased. A fundamental shortcoming of environmental and sustainability education centers in Greece are the lack of communication promotion of their actions. There is a need for more validation of the educational programs by the visitors of the respective centers in Greece. Finally, the competent ministry does not incentivize teachers to be placed in the environmental and sustainability education centers, resulting in the understaffing of the units. After an autopsy of the facilities, it appears that less than 4 teachers are trying to manage all the affairs of the Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, bureaucratic issues, finances, marketing and promotion, reception, and guided tours of educational units, etc. Some suggestions that could contribute to the positive development of Environmental and Sustainability Education Center of Mouzaki, which could also be used by other environmental and sustainability education centers, for their empowerment and which will ultimately lead to an increase in educational tourism are holding workshops for the strategic planning and development of environmental and sustainability education centers' actions. Formulation of systematic activities for the development of environmental education, financing of all the actions of an environmental and sustainability education center. Development of partnerships with local government bodies and the modernization of policies, improvement of infrastructure and the emergence of interest from all public and private sector bodies forming a culture of partnerships with higher education institutions. Joining further European exchange programs for pupils and students. The research continues with the aim of the further development and implementation of new ideas and practices that will be able to contribute both to the solution of the problems mentioned above and to the development of the ESEC with the ultimate goal, on the one hand, of general environmental awareness, and on the other hand, of increasing the interest and traffic of the respective KEPA and therefore of broader tourist interest. Thank you.